Too. If you were watching me live in the other one, we were just 1 minute in, and my internet randomly cut out. I don't know, it might be because I'm outside. But yeah, so basically, I mentioned that my hair was kind of crazy because I was at the beach all weekend. Actually, it was really nice. I made the decision that I was going to just take the weekend off so I could recharge because I've been working, I've been working all day on my business. Hello, Trina and Emily and Mariah. Oh my gosh, ladies, I'm so excited. Okay, oh, and Jeanette. Okay, guys, I'm so excited because I went to the FedEx, which is like right there, and Courtney's joining. All the ladies are here. Okay, this is, you guys, stick around for this one because this is a really, really good live stream. I put a ton of research into this one. I have all of these. I went to FedEx and I printed off in color, I might add for you ladies, I printed off some stuff on color. So we're going to talk about color. I'm going to share a lot of stuff with you guys. Now, do me a favor. If you're watching this live, share this with your audience, share this with your group. It'll take you 2 seconds to do it. And I know that this live stream is going to be very helpful. So if you could share that so that, as many people as possible can watch that, I would really appreciate this. It would justify spending $3 on color at a FedEx. So go ahead and share that. And yeah, I think I'm just going to launch in. This is going to be a super, super informative live stream. This is one that you definitely want to watch. You don't want to miss this one. And we're going to talk about every brand color, like the common ones, right? And what are the meanings behind it. And this is really, really important. And this is something that you need to know for your business, because the thing is, if you know what what colors mean what, and if you understand the symbolism behind it, and if you understand that the importance of psychology that goes into colors, you're going to be making the right color decisions when it comes to your promotional stuff, when it comes to your call to action buttons, when it comes to all of that. There's a lot of meaning behind colors. So step number 1, share this video so that people can watch. Step number 2, if you're joining me live, comment and let me know what your current brand colors are, and we'll make sure we get to those. So let me know what you currently are using as your brand colors, and we're going to start talking about it. So we're just going to start with the color red, and I have a whole bunch of stuff on the color red. A lot of people choose to use red. Red is a part of my brand, and I'll tell you what, when I brought the color red into my brand, even though I had been in business for a year and a half, my confidence skyrocketed. Okay, so Courtney has pink and gold, so we're going to talk about that. I think that is a little further on, but we're going to get to your pink and gold. It's not too far. Okay, first and foremost, and Jeanette has blue, purple, and gray. Awesome. Okay, keep commenting your colors, ladies, so we can make sure we cover them. So first and foremost, you can tell I'm so excited. I need to slow down. I love color, but I need to slow down so you guys can understand me. Okay, so first and foremost, we are going to talk about the color red. And red is the color of fire and blood, so it is associated with energy and with war and with danger, with strength, with power, with determination, as well as passion, desire, and love. So those are a lot of really powerful keywords. Those are keywords that really pack a punch. They really convey intensity and an emotion. Trina says she has dark brown, tan, white, and black. Okay, cool, we'll get to those too. Red is a very emotionally intense color. It actually enhances the human metabolism, which is why, for example, McDonald's has red in their brand, because red increases the appetite. Many restaurants, Arby's and Red Robin, literally Red Robin, all of them, it increases appetite. It enhances the human metabolism. It increases respiration rate, and it raises blood pressure. That's because some people, and in some cultures, we tend to associate the color red with danger, right? Stop signs and stoplights and warning signs. So red is a very attention-grabbing color. Hey, Bernadette, I'm so glad you're here. Drop your, first, everyone sharing this with their audience, so make sure to share this live stream and then drop your brand colors in the comments, and we're going to get to them. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Okay, let's see. Red, okay, yeah, like I said, it's high visibility. It's also used to indicate courage, and is the color found in many national flags. Red brings text and images to the foreground, so it pops. If you have text on a button and then the back of the button is red, that white text is going to pop. It's used as an accent color to stimulate people to make quick decisions. It's a perfect color for buy now or click here buttons on the internet banners and websites. So red is a color that you definitely want to be using in your call to actions. It's psychologically persuasive. It converts better. It grabs their attention. Red is a color associated with energy. So you can use it when, promoting energy drinks, games, cars, items related to sports and high physical activities. So that is the brief summary of the color red. I use it in my own brand as call to actions when I want to grab people's attention, as an accent color, and it catches people's attention. I have noticed a lot more visibility in my own brand right after I brought, you guys know if you followed me, I just recently brought the color red into my brand. My confidence just, I don't know how to explain it, but I brought the color red into my brand and my confidence just absolutely skyrocketed. So that's something to keep in mind too. By the way, if you're joining me and you see my crazy hair, I was at the beach all weekend and I was surfing and my hair is just a nest at the moment. So this is my best case scenario with the hair. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the derivatives of red, and pink, Courtney, is one of them. So we're going to talk about pink in a minute here. Okay, so light red represents joy, passion, sensitivity, and love. So if you choose a light red, that's going to be less aggressive than that deep red. So light red, it represents joy and passion, sensitivity, and love. These are positive emotions. These are, they're powerful, but they're positive. Jasmine says, I wish I could share this in my group. If you just share it to your, to your audience, that's fine too. Okay, navy blue, teal, maroon, dark gray, and light gray are Bernadette's colors. That's a lot of colors. Mary Russell joined. Hey, Mary, welcome. Okay, so pink, here we go. Pink signifies romance, love, and friendship. It denotes feminine qualities and passiveness. Hey, Mickey, thanks for joining, girl. So basically, pink is a very feminine color. It's very welcoming. It's very warm. It's very nurturing. It's very friendly. Oh my gosh, guys, I got a notification. This is a conversation starter. You guys are the best. Okay, dark red is associated with, here we go. Yeah, remember, Courtney, we were talking on our call. Courtney and I had a free brand strategy call, which, by the way, if you want a free brand strategy call, hit me up and I'll let you have one. Courtney and I were talking about how her colors are really warm and welcoming. Friendship, yeah, we talked about that, how her friendly personality really was conveyed with her colors. And it goes to show that the emotions that you want to evoke can be done with the right colors. Hey, Sabrina, I'm so glad you joined. We're talking about red, and I know red's a huge part of your brand, so I'm glad you're joining us right now because that's the perfect time. Okay, so dark red, we talked about light red, and we talked about pink. Dark red is associated with vigor, with willpower, with rage, anger, leadership, courage, longing, malice, and wrath. So dark red seems to really have a lot of negative emotions. They're not necessarily positive emotions. So we might want to be careful. We might want to avoid a dark red color, a deep red color, because it seems that many of the emotions that are evoked are, willpower and rage and anger. And so that may not be something that you want your brand to be evoking. So that's something to think about. Brown suggests stability and denotes masculine qualities. And that's why you see carpenters and a lot of other and a lot of other guy brands have brown in it. It's a masculine color. Okay, wow, we have a lot of comments here. Courtney says, book one. Yeah, guys, take me up on my free brand strategy offer. It's just a time for us to get on the phone and talk about your brand and for me to help you. So book a call. Emily has neutral colors, black and white, gray and tan and pink. I love it. I love the pink pop there. I bet that looks really good. Ashley has purple and black. Perfect. We'll talk about those colors later on. Mickey says that friendship is perfect for me as a hairstylist. Perfect. Yeah, I know hairstylists are always the friendliest people. Mary's colors are midnight blue, Kelly green, gold, and a fiery red. I love it. And you have that red in there as like an accent color to prompt them to take action and get excited about your brand. So that's really good, Mary. Okay, and then reddish brown is associated with harvest and fall. We've all seen that pumpkin-y reddish brown color. So that's the color red. Now we're going to talk about orange. By the way, if you have questions, if I am talking too quickly, because I tend to do that when I'm excited, just stop me and let me know if I can help you guys out, because this is a place and time for us to learn. Mickey says, I use a lot of gold and gray and white right now. Ooh, that's so elegant. I'd love to see that. That's very classy. Okay. We're going to talk about orange now, and orange is another really powerful color. Orange combines the energy of red and the happiness of yellow. It is associated with joy, sunshine, and tropics. And that's why places like Florida just tend to have, I just feel like Florida is an orange state. And I don't know, I think of states in colors. And so in my head, maybe that's weird, I think of Florida as an orange state. Hey Lauren, welcome girl. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, and everyone sharing my video, thank you so much, Jasmine. And one other girl, I don't know, it doesn't tell me who else shared it, but thank you so much for doing that. Okay, yeah, if you're watching this live, this is definitely a live stream that a lot of people are going to get value out of, so I really appreciate it if you would justify me spending all this money on getting this FedEx stuff printed and share it with me. That would be awesome. Thank you. Okay, so orange represents enthusiasm, fascination, happiness, creativity, determinism, attraction, success, encouragement, and stimulation. That is oh, Trina, thank you, girl. Thanks for sharing. So, wow, a lot of really positive emotions here. We have enthusiasm, fascination, happiness, creativity, determination, attraction, success, encouragement, and stimulation. That is an insane amount of really positive words. And the thing is, it makes sense if you think about it, right? Like a lot of designers incorporate orange into their color scheme, or, if you want to get people excited about it, about anything, like orange is a great color to bring in as an accent color, and a lot of my clients actually choose to use orange, and I've seen it work really well. It can be done the right way, and it can be done, femininely and classily. So orange is a great color. To the human eyes, orange is seen as a very hot color, and so it gives a sensation of heat. So we literally feel warmer when we look at the color orange because it's evoking a sensation of heat, which I think is incredibly fascinating. Okay. So orange increases oxygen supply to the brain, it produces an invigorating effect, and it stimulates mental activity, which is why a lot of tests, like online tests, like those BuzzFeed tests or online quizzes, they incorporate the color orange into it because it helps stimulate the mind. As a citrus color, orange is associated with healthy food and it stimulates appetite. So if you're a nutrition coach, that might be something to think about. A lot of people tend to bring in green as a nutrition coach, but maybe orange is a color to consider as well. Orange is also symbolic of strength and endurance. It has a high visibility color, so you can use it to catch attention and highlight the most important elements of your design. A lot of designers, a lot of call to actions, buttons are orange, so that's something to keep in mind too. All right, so make sure that if you're joining me live, you're commenting your brand colors because we're going to be touching on all of them, so make sure to do that. And if you have questions, let me know. Also, if you want me to kind of summarize this more, if I'm taking too long, let me know, because I don't know how long. I mean, this really is not going to take that much longer, but just let me know. Give me feedback so I'm not, I want this to be a conversation. Okay, so orange is very effective for promoting food products and toys. So if that is an industry that you're in, that's something to think about as well. Dark orange can mean deceit and distrust, so stay away from dark orange. Red orange corresponds to desire, passion, pleasure, domination, aggression, and a thirst for action. So that is a little bit of positive, a little bit of negative. So careful with the dark orange and the red orange. Okay, here we go. Here's gold. A ton of people have gold in their brand. So let's talk about gold. Gold evokes the feeling of prestige. The meaning of gold is illumination, wisdom, and wealth. Gold often symbolizes high quality. So if you are trying to attract high-end clients, if you're trying to convey that your brand is a sense of, it has a sense of luxury, a sense of elegance, that you're an investment, gold is a color that you want to incorporate into your brand because it's going to evoke that feeling of quality, that feeling of high value. Hey, okay, we have a couple comments here. Lindsay says her colors are gray and turquoise. We're going to get to both of those colors for you, Lindsay. And Tina joined, and so did Karen. Hello, ladies. I'm so glad you're here. Awesome, Courtney. Oh, I'm so glad you're loving this because I'm not sure. I want to make sure that this is helpful to people, so I'm really glad you guys are enjoying this. Okay, and Mickey is loving this too. Awesome. Okay, ladies, awesome. So now that we've talked about gold and how important that is to incorporate into your brand, especially if you want to evoke high-end emotions, we're going to move on to yellow. And I don't have yellow in my brand, but I love the color yellow. It's the color of sunshine. It's associated with joy, happiness, intellect, and energy. So these are super, super positive emotions here with yellow. I feel like if I were a color, I'd be yellow, just because I'm always energetic and I'm always smiling and I'm always happy. So my color would be yellow. Oh, that's fun. Comment what color you think you would be based on what we're talking about. That's a fun thing to do while I'm doing this. Okay, yellow produces a warming effect. It arouses cheerfulness, it stimulates mental activity, and generates muscle energy, which is really interesting because it's similar to orange in that aspect. It's often associated with food, and we talked about this with red. So that's why McDonald's colors are red and yellow, because they understand the psychology of color, and they understand what arouses the appetite and what makes people want to buy them. And so they literally chose the brand colors based on the psychological effects that color has on their clients. Lindsay says she'd be yellow too. Awesome. Same here. I'm such a bubbly person. Bright pure yellow is an attention getter, which is why taxi cabs are painted this color. If you ever wondered why taxis are painted yellow, it's because they grab attention. And yeah, that's really it. When overused, yellow may have paused. I hope you're still here. Okay, here we go. We got it. Okay, my internet paused for a minute. I got scared that I wasn't working. Okay, Mary says, interesting. Yellow is calming to me. It also seems weak. I guess it depends on the shade of yellow, right? So a lot of kids' nurseries are yellow, and it seems, from what I'm reading here, it seems to indicate that if it's too much used, right? If it's used in small amounts, it can be calming. I agree. It makes me happy. But if it's overused, right? If you have an entire website and it's just blinding yellow, I can see how that would be disturbing. Use yellow to evoke pleasant, cheerful feelings. And that kind of goes along with what Mary's saying. Men usually perceive yellow as a very light-hearted, kiddish color, so it's not recommended to use yellow when selling prestigious, expensive products to men. Yeah, that makes sense. No one's going to buy a yellow Mercedes suit, or a yellow business suit, or a yellow Mercedes. That makes sense. Yellow is an unstable and spontaneous color, so avoid using yellow if you want to suggest stability and safety. If you're a bank, you're not going to want to use yellow. You're going to want to use blue or green, which is why we've never seen a yellow bank, right? So if you think about like the industries, right? So banking, they tend to be blue, and restaurants tend to have red, and health places tend to have green. It's not because they're following a trend. It's because certain colors evoke certain emotions, and they're tapping into that psychological power. So, a dull, dingy yellow represents caution, decay, sickness, and jealousy. So make sure that you're choosing a bright yellow. And light yellow is associated with intellect, freshness, and joy. Super fun. Okay, so just a reminder to everyone that's just joining me live, if you are joining me live, make sure to share this video. And because this is basically a video that I feel like everyone should watch, everyone should know about this. And we're kind of talking about each color, and you can see how applicable it is to your brand. So share a video. And then the second thing that we're doing is you're commenting what color you think you are. And we've had a lot of people comment that they're yellow. So I'm curious to see if we have any reds or oranges or, greens as we're moving into greens. So comment what color you think you are personality-wise, because I'm a definite yellow. Okay, so green now. Green is a very commonly used color, and it's because it's almost all positive emotions. So green is the color of nature. It symbolizes growth and harmony, freshness, and fertility. Those are all great words. Green has a strong emotional correspondence with safety. Green means it's good to go, green lights, and just in general, a lot of safety. Honestly, a lot of like insurance things are blue or green. Dark green is commonly associated with money. That's an obvious one. Green also has a great healing power. It is the most restful color for the human eyes, and it can improve vision. That's incredible. I didn't even know that. Suzanne says green. Oh, Suzanne, you've got a great color. Green suggests stability and endurance. Sometimes green denotes a lack of experience. For example, a greenhorn is a novice, but I feel like that's just an expression that we use. Green indicates growth and hope. Again, great adjectives. If you chose green for your brand color, you did a good job. Green as opposed to red means safety. It is the color of free passage in road traffic. Obviously, green lights. The phrasing on this is funny. Okay, use green to indicate safety when advertising drugs and medical products. And that's kind of like, go. It's the same idea, like green light is go. You feel like you get a green light at the ATM machine when everything's working the way it should. A dull, darker green is commonly associated with money, the financial world, banking, and Wall Street. So if you are a financial planner, if you're a money mindset coach, if you're a financial budgety person, someone helps people with their budgets, that's a color you want to consider. Mary says, if I could be a color, deep green with splashes of true blue and bright red. I love it, a mix of colors, Mary. That's awesome. Yellow green. Okay, so dark green is associated with ambition, greed, and jealousy, and that probably goes back to it being related to money. Yellow-green can indicate sickness, cowardice, discord, and jealousy. So be careful with yellow-green. It's kind of a gross color to look at, to be honest, so I don't feel like any of you guys are choosing a yellow-green. Okay, here we go, aqua. I know we had a couple people talking about aqua and turquoise. Aqua is associated with emotional healing and protection. So I know a couple people. Let me scroll up and see who had that, because that's a good color.
Yellow is the best.
Yellow is the best? You like yellow? Okay. Oh, good. I love yellow, too.
I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. I had someone just talk to me. Oh, my gosh, guys. Someone at Starbucks just said that. That's hilarious. Okay, anyways. Olive green is the traditional color of peace, and that's kind of based on, you know, passing along the olive branch and all of that. So awesome. And we had a in-person vote from the guy at Starbucks who liked yellow. So, you know, I'm always wondering if I'm going to like book clients just from sitting here going on these live streams at Starbucks. Anyways, okay. Now we're going to talk about blue, and a lot of people have blue as their brand colors. So, wow, and awesome. For every one of you guys that is staying, we're kind of wrapping it up. We have blue, and then purple, and then like the neutral. So we're almost done. So I know you guys have been sticking around. So aqua is often used in hospitals. I didn't know that. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. So if I think about that, yeah, that makes sense. Suzanne, that's a good point. Okay, so now we're going to talk about blue, guys. I'm so excited because I love blue. Okay, blue is the color of the sky and the sea. I love that. It's often associated with depth and stability. So, you know, if you're wanting to convey trust, if you wanted to convey stability, blue is the color for you. It symbolizes trust, loyalty, wisdom, confidence, intelligence, faith, truth, and heaven. That is a lot of good adjectives. Holy cow. Blue is considered to be beneficial to the mind and body, which goes to Suzanne's point about being used in hospitals. It slows the human metabolism, and it produces a calming effect, which is so interesting. You know, you don't really see a blue. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a single blue restaurant, which makes sense because you want people to be hungry. Trina says she's blue, and Mary says that someone told me that my aura is blue with flashes of red. And Bernadette's obsessed with blue. Awesome. People are loving the blue color. Fantastic, ladies. Okay. Blue is used to symbolize piety and sincerity. So if you want to really convey, you know, if you're a spirituality coach, that might be something to think about too, just using blue. You can use blue to promote products and services related to cleanliness, air and sky, water and sea. So, for example, you know, airlines and airports typically have blue in their logos because it makes sense. The same with, you know, cruises typically have blue in their logo just because it helps link the mind. Would coral be considered orange? I feel like coral is going to be a combination of pink and orange. So you're going to have, that's going to, you know, give really warm feelings and warm emotions and friendliness and just a general welcoming. I feel like coral is a warm and friendly, welcoming color. And it would be considered a variant of orange. Yeah, so that's a good question, Lindsay. Blue is linked to consciousness and intellect. And it's a masculine color. According to studies, it's highly accepted among males. But I would add, personally speaking, that blue can be masculine, but it can also be feminine, depending on the shade of blue and the hue of blue. Oh my gosh. Dark blue, here we go. Here's variants. Dark blue is associated with depth, expertise, and stability. It is a preferred color for corporate America. You just sit and think about how many corporate businesses have dark blue as their primary color. It's too much. It's so much. Ooh, I like the idea of coral and gold. Yeah, that'd be so pretty. Oh my gosh, that'd be gorgeous. Avoid using blue when promoting food and cooking because blue suppresses appetite, which is really interesting because I don't know if you guys know, there's this company called Blue Apron, and they are literally selling food. So I wonder how they're doing it. I'd love to do more research into that because they chose to use blue even though they're in a food industry. So that's an interesting thought. When used together with warm colors like yellow or red, blue can create a high impact, vibrant design. For example, blue, red, yellow is a perfect scheme for a superhero. Think about the punch of a deeper blue, like a bright red, and a bright yellow. That is just going to get someone's attention like that. That's a good color combination. Here we go, the variants. Light blue is associated with health, healing, tranquility, understanding, and softness. And then dark blue represents knowledge, power, integrity, and seriousness. So these are really good. Blue's a good color. You really can't go wrong with blue unless you're in the food industry. So yeah, there's tons of different, like, there's teal, there's aqua, and, teal would be taking the meaning of the color blue and the meaning of the color green and kind of combining it. So you'd have, you'd have warmth and you'd have calminess, but you'd also have a little bit of impact. So it's really, blue's a safe color. It's a good color. All right, so we're going to talk a little about purple, and then we're going to talk about black and white, and then we're going to wrap it up. Yeah, Superman, Supergirl. Yeah, I know this one girl. She's an empowerment coach, and she kind of runs with the theme of Superwoman or Wonder Woman. And her brand colors are they pop and they stand out on Facebook and they stand out on Instagram because she chose to use blue and red and gold or yellow, and it looks great. So if you are still here, thank you for joining me. I can't believe I have 23 people that are that interested. I love it. Thank you for being here, because thank you to the 22 people that love colors as much as I do. I'm really glad that you're here. Susan said, Suzanne, I'm sorry. I've been saying Susan. It's Suzanne. I'm guessing Blue Apron is going for the clean and healthy living idea, but it is unusual. Yeah, I agree. It's unusual, but I feel like it's working. I mean, they're very successful. Karen says, just realized my brand colors for all my businesses are red, white, blue, and black. Totally makes sense because freedom is very important to me. I love it, Karen, and we're actually going to talk about white and black in a minute, so we're going to really nail the meaning of that. So, okay, let's talk about purple. Purple combines, here we go. Purple combines the stability of blue and the energy of red. That is why purple is such an attractive color. It takes all the good things of the blue hue and all the power of the red color, and it combines it into the stability and energy color, and I love it. Purple is associated with royalty. I think a lot of us know that. It symbolizes power, nobility, luxury, and ambition. So if you had a brand and you wanted to really convey luxury and high end, if you took purple and you took gold, you'd be set for life. It conveys wealth and extravagance. Purple is associated with wisdom, dignity, independence, creativity, mystery, and magic. A lot of magicians do have like purple and black as their colors. That makes sense now. This is really interesting. I didn't know this. Almost 75% of children prefer purple to all other colors. Did you know that? If you're marketing to children, like selling toys or, anything like that, parenting stuff, purple sounds like I feel like a lot of businesses, they make a mistake then because they choose the primary colors like red, white, or red, blue, and yellow, but it sounds like they should be choosing purple. Purple is a very rare color in nature, and some people consider it to be artificial. And I think the reason why we associate purple with luxury and with wealth is because back then, to get the pigment purple, you had to do a lot of work. It's very hard to get the color purple, and that's why kings wore purple, is because it was the hardest color to get. And so that's how we've tended to associate purple with luxury and stuff like that. Barney was the right color. Oh, that's really interesting. I bet that's why they did that. Damn, Suzanne, you're getting all the good comments over here from Suzanne. And oh, we have a lot. Okay, Lindsay says, great job, Maria. Way to rock an awesome live. Love your great content. Thank you. Mickey says, this is super helpful. I'm just getting started in branding myself. And of course, color choice is the first step. I've just been picking pretty colors without looking to the effects. And yeah, a lot of people do that, Mickey. And that's why it's super important to know what's the meaning behind the colors. Oh yeah, and Mary's clarifying purple versus violet. That's really interesting. That's really interesting, Mary. Thanks for clarifying. Okay, so here we go. Light purple evokes romantic and nostalgic feelings, and dark purple evokes gloom and sad feelings and can cause frustration. So careful about choosing dark purple in your brands, because if you think of it as it's dark, it's close to black, it can be gloomy, it can be frustrating and sad. So careful with the choosing of dark purple. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the neutrals, black and whites. These are really interesting because they're kind of controversial colors depending on what culture you're in. Okay, by the way, we're going to kind of wrap things up. So if you have questions, make sure to leave them in the comments so I can get to them before we wrap things up. Kristen says, having boys and teaching art to K through third graders, it's been interesting to see that boys think it's a girl color, especially when it's been a Royal King's color. And I think we can learn a lot from how kids feel about colors because they're very honest and they're not they're really just giving us the real reaction to colors, as opposed to us as we get older, we start to associate different meanings of color based on our interactions with companies and with brands and whatnot. But with kids, you really get that honest and raw, authentic reaction to colors. So white is associated with light, goodness, innocence, and purity. It is considered to be the color of perfection. White means safety, purity, and cleanliness. As opposed to black, white usually has a positive connotation. I think that it depends on some cultures, though, because I know that, like, I believe it's in Chinese culture, white is the color of death, and correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I'm not positive. White can represent a successful beginning. White also depicts faith and purity. In advertising, white is associated with coolness and cleanliness because it's the color of snow. You can use white to suggest simplicity in high-tech products, aka everything Apple ever did was white and silver. White is the appropriate color for charitable organizations. Angels are usually imagined wearing white clothes. White is also associated with hospitals, doctors, and sterility, so you can use white to suggest safety when promoting medical products. So I'm thinking a combination of white and green would be perfect for hospital. White is often associated with low weight, low fat, and dairy products. Interesting, but you can, understand why. Okay, let's get to the comments here. We have Jeanette asking about silver and gray. I can personally talk about those because they aren't on my list, Jeanette. I'll get those for you. And magenta is a purple color. Right, exactly. Bernadette says, my question is, how many colors do you recommend choosing for a good brand? You may have done a live stream previously about that, but I can't remember. Yeah, I did do a live stream about that, but to recap very quickly, you really only should have 1 or 2 primary colors and 1 or 2 secondary colors, and that's it. And they should be in the same family. So you should have a primary color, a secondary color, and a pop of, like, contrasting colors. So for me, I have like a greenish teal color, and then I have a red color as my pop color, and then I have a pink color, and that is still in the same family as red. So I really only have 2 brand colors, and then I have, they're kind of in the same family. So really, you don't want to do too many colors because then it's going to be really hard to have brand continuity, because if you're using purple here and blue here and a pop of silver somewhere, people aren't going to start to pick up on your brand colors. That's one of the best brands. And if you think about it, Starbucks is green and white, Target is white and red, Walmart is blue and yellow. Brands tend to have 2 colors, and it works very well. Okay, so let's talk about black, and then I'm going to get to Jeanette's colors, and any other colors that I haven't touched on, leave them in the comments, and I'll do that before we wrap up. So black is associated with power, elegance, formality, death, evil, and mystery. Black is a mysterious color associated with fear and the unknown, aka black holes. It usually has a negative connotation: blacklist, black humor, black death. Black does denote, though, strength and authority. It is considered to be a very formal, elegant, and prestigious color. Black tie, black Mercedes. So black isn't necessarily a bad color at all. It just has to be done the right way and combined with the right colors. Black is a symbol of grief. We wear black to a funeral. That's a cultural thing. That's a specifically Western culture thing. Black gives a feeling of perspective and death. But a black background diminishes readability, which is why most people don't recommend having a black background on your website. You really should have a white one because it promotes readability. A black suit or dress can make you look thinner. When designing for a gallery of painting or photography, you can use a black or gray background to make other colors stand out, which I'm going to share with you guys, which is why YouTube has the black, color black in their brand, because it helps make their videos pop. So that's something to keep out. Is like black. If you have a gallery, say you're a photographer and you want to show off your photos, what you would do is you would have a gallery with black in the background, and you have your photos come through on like a scrolling thing, and it makes your photos pop more. Okay, Suzanne says logo should work as one color when needed, even if you use 2 or more frequently. Spot on there. You should be able. Your logo should look great as a black and white logo. It should look great in 1 color. It should look great in 2 colors. And Kristen says we are mixing tons of white and aqua in a new house, and it's so calming and pleasant. Oh, I'd love to see that. I bet that's gorgeous. Okay, black contrasts well with bright colors. So combined with red or orange, other powerful colors, black is a very aggressive color scheme. I'm trying to think of a company that mixes like red and black. Well, a lot of fitness studios do red and black. And Mary says, yeah, it's hard to read white fonts on a black background. That's so true. Okay, ladies, so for those of you that are still joining, thank you so much, first of all, for joining. And if I didn't get to, I'm going to get to Jeanette. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Okay, so gray. Gray is going to be a combination of white and black, right? So you're going to take all the positive emotions of white, and it's going to be calm. Gray is a very calm color, and it's not as aggressive as black. So it's not as pure, it's not as simple as white, but it's also not as deep and aggressive as black. So gray is a good color. And then silver, I would say, has similar connotations to gold, but maybe in a lesser degree. We tend to mentally price gold above silver in terms of how we value things. So silver would be, it would still say class. It would definitely say elegance, sophistication, but it wouldn't have the luxury connotation in the same degree that gold does. Oh, and Colby joined. Hey, Colby. Colby is a very, very good friend of mine. We've known each other for years, and he actually was traveling abroad all for like the last 4 months, and so I'm going to get to see him on Saturday. We're going up to New York City, and we're going to have a day out on the town, and I'm so excited for Saturday. But yeah, okay, so I think that that's everything. If I missed anything, if I missed callers, make sure to comment. If you're catching this, the replay, I'll go back and comment for anyone that wasn't able to join us live. But yeah, this was a conversation started. We had 50 comments on this live stream, ladies. We did good. This is definitely worth going to FedEx and printing this off. I'm glad we did that. But all right, I will see you guys in the next stream tomorrow.